What up? What up? What up? Welcome to the Live Game episode 160. This is your average man's perspective on football.
I'm gonna have a sign next week.
Y'all about to say you need to learn sign language, Herman.
See, you threw me off. Damn, I'm supposed to say that.
Average man's perspective on football.
I am the co-host Marcus. Joining me on the panel tonight is Herman. Say what up, Herman.
Hey.
You are a hater.
Next up, we got Brian. Say what up, Brian.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Sorry. The sound effect.
To see the temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Hey, look at it. I'm gonna start muting y'all. You speak when I like to speak. And last but never least, we got Mark. Say what up, Mark.
I'm here so I don't get fined.
And me, I'm 56 years old.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Before we get started, I want to encourage everyone to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're watching on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook and our Facebook group, Delay a Game. We're on Twitter/X at Delay a Game 3, on Instagram at the official Delay of Game. I want to encourage you that if you are watching us in the Facebook group, to go on over to watch us on YouTube so that you can comment and we can see the comments and we can interact with y'all. And Herman just rolled out. Because if you're on the Facebook page and
Herman went to YouTube.
and you are commenting, we cannot see it and we cannot interact with you. We cannot display what you're saying on the screen. So please, if you're watching on Facebook, go on over to YouTube and watch us there, and you can comment and we can see the comments and we can show them on the screen as they pop up. Mark is hosting tonight. Go ahead, start us off, Mark.
Thank you, Marcus. We're going to get into some NFL news. Then we're going to talk about some hot topics. We're also going to have another feature from Darian's Corner, review the games from last week. A couple people got to wear some hats, pick the games for the upcoming week games, and then we'll end it with our final thoughts. With that said, the news, I throw it back to you, Marcus. What's the first news story?
It was reported that Marsha Kearney, the mother of Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashid Rice, had been accused of swiping a parcel from her neighbor's porch shortly after her son's game, September 29th. However, it had not been revealed that it wasn't the first time Kearney has been accused of stealing. She was arrested in the spring and charged with one misdemeanor count of theft of property greater than or equal to $100, but less than $750, according to TMZ. The arrest came after claims she took multiple household items from a man on March 27th. Kearney allegedly swiped 40 items, including food, tumblers, laundry products, merchandise, and socks. The case was ultimately dismissed on June 4th after Kearney appeared before a judge and completed unspecified conditions, a court official told TMZ. Just 3 months later, Kearney has been accused of a similar incident. It emerged Wednesday evening that she had stolen a package from a neighbor on Sunday, September 29th. Kearney was seen on a Ring doorbell camera sliding a package with her foot from a neighbor's door before picking up and walking off in footage obtained by TMZ. The incident occurred Sunday, September 29th, just hours after the Chiefs defeated the Los Angeles Chargers. In the video, a woman walks by the camera wearing a Mama Rice jersey with the number 4 on it, looks right into the lens as she passes by. Moments later, the woman returns and uses her foot to slide her package away from the door. But unfortunately for her, while she thought she was out of the camera's view, the woman is seen bending down to grab the package, lifting up a box, and then walking away. Police say they're currently investigating the matter.
I saw the video too. That's crazy.
She all up in the camera, wearing the jersey and everything.
Yeah.
We found out she porch pirate.
Maybe she got like one of them issues, where they like can't help themselves.
You say you can take somebody at the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them.
Like what was that? What was that girl was in? Oh man, she was married to Johnny Depp for a little bit.
You talking about Amanda?
No, the black haired girl. Oh man, she was in Stranger Things. She played the mom in Stranger Things.
I know you're talking about. She was in
Winona Ryder.
Yeah,
she had issues, and she was but she couldn't help herself. So Get some help.
Right,
man.
Herman, can you give us the next NFL news story, please?
What you trying to block, Mark?
We try to talk about NFL news.
Okay.
The Houston Texans have placed wide receiver Nico Collins on injured reserve, sidelining him for at least the next 4 games. Collins, who leads the NFL with 567 receiving yards this season, suffered a hamstring injury in the first quarter of Houston's 23-20 win over the Buffalo Bills in Week 5. The injury occurred when quarterback C.J. Stroud launched a deep pass to Collins for a 67-yard touchdown to put the Texans up 14-3. Collins limped to the sideline following the score, eventually heading to the locker room. He did not return to the game. On Monday, Coach what's his name? That's right. DeMeco, I'm sorry. DeMeco Ryans, what's your names? Said Collins' injury was week to week, and replacing his production will require a team effort. So another blow to your fantasy teams if you got them.
Herman, get your boy. He's in there playing with the fonts and the screens and stuff while you're reading your story.
Probably trying to change the rundown again. Nope.
First of all, I did not change the rundown. I did not.
Brian, can we have the next news story, please?
We sure can, if we were prepared.
Oh my goodness! You put the story in there.
I know, but I have to scroll to it. My computer is slow.
You know what order we going, sir?
I know. I was too busy messing with you to be paying attention to my job. All right. The Saints will start rookie Spencer Rattler at quarterback on Sunday against the Buccaneers. The coach, Dennis Allen, said. Spencer will be the quarterback for this game, Allen said via video from the team. We talked a lot about the staff, and we felt like it was the best thing to give us the best chance to win this game. Steelers starter Derek Carr injured his oblique late in Monday night's loss to the Chiefs. He has a tear in that oblique. The coach said that the Saints don't expect to place Carr on injured reserve, and that Carr will return as the team starter when he is healthy. So good luck, rookie Rattler. You got 2 games in like 10 days, so have at it.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. All right, so I got the last news story. Rookie Drake May met with media Wednesday for his first time since he became the Patriots starting quarterback. May was named the starter by head coach Gerard Mayo this week, and the rookie said at his press conference that he expects to be a little nervous when he takes the field against the Texans on Sunday. That nervousness will be bounced out by excitement about realizing something he dreamed about. And May said his excitement extends to the chance that the whole team has to upset expectations after a 1-4 start. Good luck to him.
Who they play?
They play the Texans.
Oh yeah, that's bad. That's a bad team starting.
So, what do you think about that, Herman? Because I know you were kind of against him starting because of the offensive line.
Yeah, and I'm still like, it's like you're just throwing him out to the wolves at this point. Is Brissett's not hurt, right?
No.
No, he got benched.
What are you doing that for? Brissett's getting killed out there. You want your rookie to get the experience. I get it, but you're just going to get him experience getting killed right now. So,
yeah, that offensive line is not the top line right now. He could be running for his life.
Yeah, he's not going to get any true good experience from this, unless they want to teach him how to take a beating.
You think it might ruin him?
It could. I mean, we know that we've seen it happen already to rookies with these lines that leak. They get creamed and then it messes with them. I mean, look how Sam Darnold has bounced back now. It took him a while to find a situation, but maybe if you had protected him from the get-go, you might have had your franchise quarterback and not been going through all this mess they're going through right now. We'll talk about that later.
All right, so we'll get into our hot topics.
Hold on.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
And thanks for getting us canceled.
We haven't got canceled yet. We're still here. Okay.
Thank you. We're going to head on to our hot topics. Before we do that, we're going to start off with Darian's Corner. Let's get another episode of Darian's Corner.
What's going on, the Leg Game viewers, man? Welcome back to another episode of Darian's Corner. Got a little switch up for y'all this week. We've been showing the offenses a lot of love the last 2 weeks, so this time we're going to show the defense a little love. Got a play for y'all from that early game in London from Sunday. It's going to be between the Vikings and the Jets. It's going to be a little pick six that Van Ginkel had against Aaron Rodgers on a little hot read that he actually jumped. It was a nice little concept from Brian Flores. Now, one thing we know he actually is known for is those crazy fire zone blitzes. Now, the look that he's actually going to show in this one was a man 7 blitz. So that's going to be his man here, man from your free, and then man on your backside, with this whole front walked up and showing a 7-man pressure. Reason why that's going to put so much pressure on your line is because you're overwhelming them, because the Jets are in 10 personnel. So that being, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4 wide receivers with just 1 running back and then your 5 offensive linemen. So even if they were to leave every possible man in pass pro here, they would still be outnumbered 6-7 in this situation. So what they actually end up doing to counter that, and this is something that Aaron Rodgers is actually pretty known for throughout his career, he's actually going to check to a hot route here to his play side. So what the Jets are running here is all spot route slants. So it's kind of like a half-speed slant where you're kind of going to sit and settle at the line, which is not the best play to run against man coverage. If I'm being honest, I'd rather probably run like a full slant rather than a spot slant. Backside here, you're going to get this dig route past the sticks, and he's going to settle here. Wasn't really involved in the play considering that Aaron Rodgers already had his hot route called. And again, that being because once again, you had this play side linebacker walk down, which is actually an indication that he's going to want to go to one of these slot receivers. Now, what he actually ends up doing is he ends up wanting to throw this slant route here to our number 2. But our backer, Van Ginkel, right here is actually on a bluff blitz, and he's going to be in a robber technique, what we call. So he's going to take the first man that he can spot once he drops back out of his zone right here to this middle. And he's going to go right around the hash, and then that's when that slant's going to cross right in his face. Going to end up coming right back here for a house call. So let's go ahead and get that play runner for y'all so y'all can see how that's going to end up folding out. So you can see he drops back, Van Ginkel robs it straight down the house. And I'll get that rewinded here. Now what you can see is Aaron Rodgers immediately comes off the line and he's looking right to his right side because he knows that's his hot side. Now you see Van Ginkel even shows that little bit of pressure here before he drops back out the zone. But it's already too late because Aaron Rodgers is looking right in that direction. He never sees Van Ginkel drop out because his hot read is already coming off the line, so he doesn't have time to actually get eyes on his pressure. You can see right here, he's come off of that before he sees Van Ginkel come here. Goes ahead and throws that slant. Never sees him sitting in his window. Now, if we're going to be honest, they weren't going to get the first down here because you do have this safety driving on this slant. Anyway, I mean, it's going to have to be a pretty good tackle, but I'm going to bet that the NFL corner will make that tackle. Even if I lose my money on that one, I'm just going to say that's probably not going to be a first down. But like I say, that's a hell of a play by Van Ginkel being able to drop back and actually get a one-handed tip interception, if you can see it right there. And he's got a little bit of speed on him, stiff arm right down the sideline. Wrong hand. Please switch it. Nope, sorry. All right, that's the offensive coordinator and me just coming out. Like I said, that's a hell of a play by Van Ginkel. It's just the game within football. So it's like Aaron Rodgers knew that Brian Flores is known for those hot blitzes coming off with both ends. But then Brian Flores knew at the same time that Aaron Rodgers is known for studying film and knowing what defensive coordinators do. So he was one move ahead of him by saying, all right, Van Ginkel, you're going to bluff blitz into a fire zone robber technique, and then boom, pick six. So that's really the game within NFL football. So I'm going to take a look at this back angle real quick. We can see what else is going on here. So first thing you can see, we're going to have our back slide into our A-gap and pick up that blitzing backer. They're going to leave the backside unblocked, which is actually going to be Harrison Smith. He's actually been in the league for about 12 years now. I've been watching him since I was like a little kid. But now he's still going strong, so he's going to come off the end unblocked. Tyron Smith is going to hold strong here. Now, as you can see, Aaron Rodgers, his eyes, he doesn't get there fast enough to see Van Ginkel dropping out of this hole, probably because of his right guard was in his vision. Like you see, he lets that ball go into that second window, and Van Ginkel's right there for the worst possible scenario for them. So like I say, he's going to take that right down the sideline, break one tackle. O-line's too slow, and that's all the way to the house. So like you said, that's really the game within the game when it comes to the NFL, as far as just watching film, being able to identify certain tendencies and what defensive and offensive coordinators like to do. Also knowing what quarterback you're going to see and knowing how he likes to adjust and how he likes to do certain things against what defenses you're going to show him. So like you said, that's just high level football and something that you'll see in the NFL on a week to week basis if you actually pay attention. So this has been another episode of Darian's Corner, man. Thank y'all again for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching the leg game, and we'll see y'all again in a few weeks.
Thank you, Darian. Thank you.
That was nice. I like that play. Getting tired of seeing these defenses get smoked. I like a little, like to see that, especially against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. All right.
And I didn't even know. I like the fact that he put the mention about the pressure and how many men was on the line of scrimmage, and that there was really nobody that could block him, even if they tried to change it up.
Oh, yeah.
So that was interesting.
All right. Moving on to hot topics. The next one we have is the New York Jets has fired head coach Robert Saleh 5 games into the season. He had a record of 20-36. What's your thoughts on that one, fellas? I'll let you start it off, Brian. What you think?
I think, of course, Aaron Rodgers has his hands all over this situation. I'll be honest with you. I don't think Saleh was a great offense. I don't think Saleh was a great head coach at all by any means. But I think that once Aaron got in there, and you could tell that they were not getting along. We talked earlier in the season about the push, and Aaron showing them that he was up by 2 scores, but they act like it was all cool. But you could tell it was more intense. Like I'm better than you. The fact that Saleh had mentioned. He had a problem with Aaron Rodgers and his hard count and getting the free plays and things. And Aaron Rodgers kind of like lives on that. They said he had like 18 touchdowns off of that. So he had mentioned some bad things about that in the press conference, had to come back and retract it. So Aaron Rodgers is all over this one. The owner said it had nothing to do with it, but there's no way in the world you're going to just fire Saleh like this, especially when who they play this week?
The Bills.
The Bills.
Yeah.
If they win, they're in first place.
Yeah, and they win in first place. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. I was surprised they didn't name Hackett the head coach because I figured Aaron could get that in there too. But they laid the defensive coordinator as their head coach. But it's all on Rodgers. Rodgers got McCarthy fired. He's now got Saleh fired. And I think on the Jets board, I don't think it was the best thing at this particular time because. Aaron Rodgers, you don't know how long he's going to play. You done fired this dude, and you better have a better game plan with who's going to be his successor because, I wouldn't put my eggs in Aaron Rodgers' basket like that. So,
Herman, what you think?
So I'm gonna give y'all some numbers here. Jets defense points per game ranked 7th in the league. Rush yards per game, they ranked 14th. Pass yards per game, they ranked.
Is this year or
this is this
overall?
Year. This is this year. They pass yards per game, they were 2nd in the league, and total yards per game, they were 2nd in the league. That's the defense, right? Now I'm gonna flip you over to the offense. Points per game, 25th in the league. Rush yards per game, 32nd in the league. Pass yards per game, 19th in the league, and then total yards per game, 27th. And you go and fire your defensive head coach. Make that make sense. This is why the Jets are the Jets. Just like how the Raiders do stupid stuff, the Jets have proven that they're going to do stupid stuff too. It makes no sense at all. For one, like you, Brian, you just said, they're getting ready to play Buffalo and have a chance to be in first place, and you fire the head coach. Now, a lot of times when teams do this, they'll do it at the bye. I'm not sure when their bye is. Maybe they have a super late bye. I don't know. But the only thing that makes sense is that Aaron Rodgers had a hand in this. That's the only thing that makes sense. Your defense in categories is all top 10 except for rush yards per game. And they weren't getting killed in the rush game. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably more because of their offense is getting off the field
exactly.
than the defense.
you know? It's mind boggling to me. And then the owner comes out and says that him and Rogers talked Monday night, but it didn't have anything to do with this. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all was just on the phone shooting it. Hey, Monday night, I'm just sitting there hollering at the owner. We shooting this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm going to fire him tomorrow morning, by the way.
Yeah, hey, just want come on, man. And the history. Brian's already listed the history. McCarthy. I mean, he tried to get who's the Green Bay's coach right now?
LaFleur.
Yeah, LaFleur. He didn't like LaFleur either. But you see what happened. LaFleur got him out of there, or at least ownership decided to get him out of there. And LaFleur changed his whole offense. And now you look at Green Bay, what they're doing. It's ridiculous. I read an article today. Somebody was like, if this was a non-quarterback player being and acting the way that Aaron Rodgers does, this would be a problem. But because it's Aaron Rodgers, he gets a pass. And they were like, maybe they should think about making him sit a couple years before he goes into the Hall of Fame. Because, that's one of the things that these sports writers talk about is the relationships that they have with some of these Hall of Fame players.
They made T.O. sit.
Yeah, they sure did. I was just thinking the same thing, Marcus.
So the stuff that Rodgers is doing, and he throws rocks and then he hides his hands. Throws rocks and hides his hands. And even when McAfee, I think, asked him, did you have anything to do with it? And he didn't even say no. He said, that's unequivocally not true or blah, blah, blah. But you never said no, though, did you? Never said no. So, we see what it is. This is stupid. The Jets, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. Your offense is your problem. And you have a future Hall of Fame quarterback, but you fired the defensive head coach. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, I figured he would be on the hot seat, but I didn't think they would do it during the season, to be honest with you. And it's the first time Woody Johnson had done this. Normally he waits to the end of the season and make his decision. I think personally he got embarrassed from what he saw over there over in London, and he I'm talking among friends was like, man, you put all this together. You got Aaron Rodgers, you got Nathaniel Hackett, but by the way, Nathaniel Hackett is on the clock too. He's not completely out of the loop yet.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either.
Yeah, as long as Rodgers is there.
Yeah, as long as Rodgers is there.
I'm gonna explain to you why in a second. I'm gonna tell you why. Woody didn't. I guess he didn't feel like Saleh couldn't get this whole entire team together on track. And if we go back, we look at it back in the preseason. In training camp when you couldn't get Aaron Rodgers all aboard. This offense was pathetic. It's predictable. As Darren just showed you, they knew what Aaron Rodgers' tendencies, they knew what he was going to do. It's predictable. That's what this offense is. A lot of that falls on Hackett as an offensive coordinator also. Let me just say this. I think Hackett has one game or so to get it together as far as play calling. If they don't do well with Buffalo in this particular game, as far as offense is concerned, it'll be handover. He'll probably be the coach, named the coordinator, but they're going to give the job over to Todd Downing as he's their offensive passing coordinator or coach, whatever. But yeah, I like you say, I was surprised. I thought he was going to be on a hot seat, but I didn't think that they would do this in the middle of the season much so. But he got embarrassed with this team, what he saw over there in London, and he couldn't take it anymore. So he basically had to pull the plug on it. I think Saleh get a job again, if you be honest, in the NFL.
As a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He'll come to Dallas right now. He come to Dallas right now.
The defense was playing on point. You look at they have not given up more than 20 points per game this year. So
number
far,
2 in the league. I just gave you. Yeah, I gave you the stats. Or number 7. I'm sorry, number 7. But I don't think I don't agree with you on the Hackett thing.
I don't either. Because
like Sean just said, rumors that came out that Saleh was going to fire Hackett.
I want you to think about this.
That's why Saleh got fired.
I want you to think about this. As much as they invested in Aaron Rodgers and allowed him to get that, if they lose badly to Buffalo, their season's pretty much done right now. This early in the season.
I got a question.
I disagree with
got a
that.
question.
Rodgers only came to the Jets because of Hackett.
Well, I think he brought Hackett.
No,
Didn't
no, he
brought
brought
One
Hackett.
way or the other.
He brought
Okay.
he brought Hackett.
So why do you think that Hackett's not safe?
No, I'm not saying he's not safe. I say he's the next one to be gone.
Well, then you're saying he's
Yeah,
not
you're
safe.
saying
If
he's
he's the
not
next
safe.
one to be
I'm
gone.
saying he's
And
not
I'm
safe.
telling
Right.
you, I'm
Exactly.
telling you, he is safe.
as long as he's
Yeah.
with, as long as Rodgers
As long,
there,
as long
Hackett
as
is
Rodgers
safe.
is there, he's
I
safe.
don't think so, fellas.
Hey,
I don't
let me
think-
ask you this question, Mark, real quick. What was Mike McCarthy? What kind of head coach was he?
Mike McCarthy was a defensive coach.
No, he was an
Coach.
He's an offensive head
coordinator.
coach.
He's an offensive
He was
head
off.
He's
coach.
an
Okay.
offensive head coach.
Yeah.
What is LaFleur?
Offensive
LaFleur's
head
an
coach.
offensive coach.
head coach.
What did Rodgers try to do?
He tried to change both of them. He tried
He tried to get them both fired.
Mhm.
Who is the offensive coordinator of the New York Jets?
It's Nathaniel Hackett at this particular time.
Herman. Who is the
Aaron
offensive
Rodgers.
coordinator?
Aaron Rodgers.
Thank
Aaron
you. Thank you. So he ain't going nowhere until Rodgers say he going somewhere. They were talking about that too, how Rodgers did shifts and motions and stuff that Rodgers didn't want to implement.
Yeah.
He want to run the offense the way he wants to run it.
Hey, Sean, I agree with you. He's about to be demoted. That's what's about to happen.
I
He
don't
about to
think
be
so.
demoted.
No, Sean is telling you he was going to get fired or demoted, and then they fired Saleh.
But,
Yeah.
Did
but I'm
not
saying,
do it.
but I'm saying
Yeah.
he's not going to be off the. He's not going to be off the chopping block.
He is off
He,
the
his
chopping
is
block.
off
job
the
just
chopping
got
block
saved
long as
because
Rodgers
Aaron
was there.
Rodgers saved it.
Exactly.
Aaron Rodgers just saved his job.
So hold on, let me go.
Doubt it.
Because
I
Sean
doubt
kind of stole my thunder.
Go ahead.
They-
Go ahead, Marcus.
So after London, on the way back home, they say Saleh and his other coach they decided they were either going to fire or demote Nathaniel Hackett. So of course he told Woody Johnson that. Woody Johnson gets home, calls Brett Favre on Monday. Supposedly never talked about
Brett Favre.
Saleh. I mean, not Brett Favre.
What
Where
in
them-
the
where them
world?
rules cover? Say that again.
Who did that?
I don't know. It's the second time it happened.
Yeah, that's weird.
Brett Favre. But he calls Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers says, "Oh, we didn't talk about Saleh." But the next day, the head coach Saleh gets fired before he can demote Hackett.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It had everything to do with. They let what's that saying? They let the inmates run their assignment.
It makes run the sound.
They let Rodgers come in there and basically turn the whole thing upside down. I'll give you a fact. I don't know how many head coaches have been fired during the middle of the season, but only one team has made the playoffs after firing their head coach in the middle of the season.
The Dallas
You know-
Cowboys.
No,
No, the Raiders.
the Raiders and it was when they fired John Gruden, but that wasn't because of poor performance.
Right. It wasn't.
That's
It
true.
had nothing to do with poor.
John Gruden got himself fired, basically.
Well, no, the Redskins got John
Washington
Gruden
team got him
fired.
fired. We all remember that.
But Rodgers is a poison, and the Jets is dumb for letting him come in there and do everything that he has done. And for all the people that wanted to say, "Oh, that little incident, that little push with Saleh didn't mean anything," it meant something.
It
Yeah,
absolutely
it
meant
meant
something.
It
to my
100%
eyes.
100% meant
I think
something.
now you look back on
When
it.
I saw it, I felt
think
it was
it
something different. You
Yeah,
could look at Aaron's eyes like he's like he wanted to call him an MF or something.
Hey.
Like why you touch me? Why you I don't like you like that?
Yeah,
We ain't
Don't
like
touch
that.
me. Look at the score. So,
Yeah. It's just the Jets are a trouble. They're gonna. Here's the thing. They're supposed to be Super Bowl bound. They're not. Like I said, I doubt they even make the playoffs. There's a possibility because Miami, unless Tua comes back, Miami's gonna suck. The Patriots gonna
yeah, the
suck,
Bills aren't that great.
and the
so-
Bills aren't that great.
yeah.
So there's a possibility, but there's no way that they're making the Super Bowl. Not with that anemic offense. Nathaniel Hackett is a terrible offensive coordinator. Rodgers needs to be kicked out of there. They should be tanking to get a first round draft pick for quarterback next season. They have destroyed themselves for this. And Rodgers is not a good. Let me tell you something. Rodgers is not a good person. I don't know if you heard the rumors all these years. He doesn't get along with anybody in his family. It doesn't seem like he gets
Nope.
along with anybody.
Nope.
Doesn't seem like he gets along with anybody. He's a poison. They thought they was going to bring him there and he was going to be a Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or even a Kurt Warner, and it's not going to happen. They're not getting to the Super Bowl. They're not. They might slide to the playoffs, but they'll be eliminated in the wild card round. It's the whole thing is just dumb, and he had everything to do with Saleh getting fired. everything to do.
I agree.
And Rodgers seems to be injured. He don't look like he's that healthy.
Oh, he's
He
not.
don't. Yeah, he don't look like the norm. He don't.
Yeah, and Sean is right. Rodgers is not what he used to be. He's no longer an elite quarterback. He's not going to do a Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or Kurt Warner. It's not going to happen for the Jets. And they invested. They brought his offensive coordinator in there. They brought players in there. And trading for Devontae Adams ain't going to do it for you either.
Not now.
He
yeah.
either just leave him alone, let him go to the Cowboys or the Chiefs. He ain't gonna do nothing for the Jets.
Or Steelers. He go to Steelers.
Or
What, they ain't got no quarterback.
Yeah, the
either?
Steelers need a quarterback, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we definitely will.
All right. So that ends our hot topics. We're gonna get into last week's games. The first game we had. Oh my God. We heard him speed through this one.
Nah, we can take our time, fellas. Take your time. Talk about how wrong y'all were.
This dude.
The first game we had was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons won it in overtime, 36-30. This was an exciting game. You had the Kirk Cousins, who basically threw for over 509 yards and 4 touchdowns on the same night that they were putting in Matt Ryan in the Ring of Honors. He basically gave him the single game passing record. But I'll let you start this one off, Brian. Who did you have in this one?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that I had the Buccaneers in this one. There was little defense in this one. The Bucs put up 333 yards on 51 plays. Like Mark alluded to, the Falcons put up 550 yards on 81 plays. The Falcons threw the ball 59 times. Now, normally when you throw the ball 59 times, that's probably because you're down and you're trying to get back up in the game. But with this one, it was not the case. The Bucs offense was a little more even. They passed for 173 yards and they rushed for 160 yards. It was a very exciting game. I picked the Bucs. I picked it wrong. Congratulations.
Yeah, I was with you, Brian. I took the Bucs also. This was an exciting game. I thought that the cousin just couldn't. He felt comfortable out there. He couldn't do no wrong this particular night, as far as we're doing. I thought the biggest thing to me was that the Falcons did make Kyle Pitts their main priority in this particular game and got him started early. I think that helped out the confidence in both Kirk Cousins and the offense. In Tampa didn't really have a defense for him. But I took the Bucs on this one, and I got it wrong. Marcus?
Yeah, I also took the Bucs. Up until Sunday, this was probably this was going to be the best game of the week. Especially if you liked offense, it was all about that. I have to admit, Kirk Cousins he used to be primetime cursed. Doesn't seem to be primetime cursed anymore. He's been winning the primetime lately, and I give him his props for this game. He definitely brought it. That last drive and hitting the killing the ball and having that 1 second left on the clock, that was masterful. That's something you would think Brady or Peyton or Mahomes would do. I don't like to do, but I give it to him. I picked the Buccaneers and I was wrong.
So does he lose the curse of can't win in prime time yet for you?
He's been winning the prime time for a minute.
I know
He's won 2 games.
He's won more than that. I think he's won like his last 3 or 4 primetime games.
Yeah, I think he might be right.
I think his primetime curse is over.
Herman, tell us why you wearing a hat.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. It's my music. Thank you.
You know that fool had his own music last week, Marcus.
I know, I saw it.
Well, the reason I'm wearing we like to call this the professor hat is because I'm the professor this week for this game. My co-host here, for some odd reason, thought that the Bucs were going to win when I knew that the Falcons were gonna pull this one out. I'll start with the Bucs. I'm like crazy impressed with Bakerfield, man. We don't have nothing to clown him on this year. This is kind of crazy. He was 19 for 24. He only had 180 yards, but he had 3 touchdowns and picked once. I mean, it was sacked once, but he's playing. He's playing lights out. But like Marcus said, we've been saying it a little bit earlier in the year. This is Bizarro season, okay? This is Bizarro season, and Kirk Cousins is now the master of primetime games. 42 for 58, 509 yards. I was playing a guy in fantasy who had Kirk Cousins and Drake.
Shut up.
So he had to double up on me, and I was like, "Woo, I'm gonna lose this game." But,
You still lost that game, Brian?
Yes, I did.
yes, he did.
Yes, I did. You know
Wow.
why? Because he
I
had
had to double
Joe
up on him.
Burrow and
Jamar Chase.
Jamar
baby.
Chase.
Oh.
Jamar Chase gave him 56 points.
He-
Receiver give you 56 points.
Wait,
Yeah.
first of all, Brian, how you gonna go against the dude that taught everybody to double up move?
Right.
I did.
He had to double up, but I had it too. So, but
I was so happy Thursday night. Dude,
I know you was because I was like, "That's it. That's a
I
wrap,
was like,
right?"
ain't no way Herbie getting this.
And then
Oh, my
Burrow
goodness.
started late in the game too. He didn't
Yeah,
start
he
off
did.
on fire, but boy, all of a sudden,
Oh,
man, I was
my
like,
goodness.
there it is. But yeah, this was a good game, man. No, not a lot of defense. That 1 second on the clock thing though, that was Atlanta home cooking right there. Because that I'm telling you, if you go back and watch that clock stop before he spiked that ball, I'm telling you. So they had a little bit of home cooking on that one, but that's all right. But yeah, it was a good game. Tampa, they kind of did blow this game, like Sean said, more towards the end. They did kind of blow that game, let them back in it. But great game. I have a problem picking against Atlanta right now, especially at home. If Atlanta can start to win some of these road games, Atlanta could take this division at this point because it's not going to be a walk away for the Bucks and the Saints. Y'all realize the Saints have not won a game since they beat Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
They went
Three game losing streak.
Yeah, they're on a
3
3-game losing streak. But again, I'm the professor, and that's the real take on this game this week. Time to turn the tassel. Thank you.
What's crazy is I picked Atlanta to win the division, but I definitely haven't given them enough respect. I might start giving them some respect.
You did pick them?
Yeah, I did pick them.
I think I picked the Saints, but I know some of y'all on the panel was mad disrespectful to the Falcons with them picks.
I was. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was. All right, we're gonna move on to the next game. We had the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
No.
Yes.
Try the other one.
No,
Try the other hat. buddy.
no, not this one. The next game.
You can't wait for this game.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. You
Who'd
can't
you
win.
pick? Who'd you
Because I
pick?
picked the Jaguars.
Oh, Rico, you had to,
Check
somebody
the
got to get back and
stats.
look at that. I don't remember all
No.
that.
No,
Oh,
you
baby.
did not.
Yes, I did.
Anyway,
No.
the
Yeah.
Lawrence comes up big on his birthday. This was 25th birthday. He leads the Jags to their first win over the Colts. Herman, I'll let you go first. Who did you have in this one?
Obviously, I had the Colts in this one. I think he's right. I think he did. He lone wolf one, got it right, got the other one wrong. Yeah, I had the Colts in this one.
We don't have to talk about the one I got wrong.
Yeah, we do.
We're gonna talk about it.
That was next.
The Colts had to roll Joe Flacco out because Richardson has an injury to the hip. And I think Taylor was out too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Taylor was out. in this
Taylor,
game.
yes.
Yeah, I don't like a game where Joe Flacco has to throw 44 times. I mean, even though he threw 44 times, he had 33 completions, 359 yards, and 3 touchdowns, but he was sacked 4 times. You can't have an old quarterback like him getting sacked like that 4 times. But again, this one was a good game, and the Jaguars were desperate for a win. They pulled it out in the end. I picked the Colts, and I got this one wrong.
Yeah, I was with you, Herman. I took the Colts on this one, man. 39-year-old Joe Flacco was whipping it out there, man. He was doing his thing. Completed 33 for 44 for 359 yards passing. Flacco was looking like a young man again. What was really impressive too was the running of the Jacksonville with Tank Bigsby. He rushed for over 100 yards. Every time I turned around, he broke one free, and he was gone for 6. But yeah, I didn't think that the Jags would get this first win without Anthony Richardson or Jonathan Taylor, but they did it. They came up victorious on Lawrence's birthday. So congratulations to them on that. They got the first win, but I took the Colts. Marcus?
Yeah, also took the Colts. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know Joe Flacco was starting, but had I known he was starting, I still was gonna take the Colts. There was no way I was gonna take the Jaguars. And Joe Flacco, he just continues to still put it up. You just have to wonder. I mean, I know why they did it, but I know that the Browns regret.
Oh my God! Yes,
I know they got to regret.
Yes,
letting him go when he took him to the playoffs last season.
And he wanted to stay there too. He didn't want to leave.
Well, you're paying Deshaun Watson that kind of money.
Yeah, especially with
Can't keep everybody.
Deshaun Watson they got right now, right, Brian?
Yeah. I got off that bandwagon early.
I think everybody's off of it now. But Jaguars played a pretty good game. They got their first win. I should have figured they were going to win at least, sometime. But I picked the Colts and I was wrong.
All right, Brian.
Be the smartest and the dumbest in one second.
Oh, my children. What do you say? Sit down and learn your lessons. I told y'all there was no way in the world that the Jaguars was going to go, 0-5? They were playing the Colts. We knew Taylor wasn't going. Flacco's okay, but Flacco's not going to get you through a season. That's why you can't keep him. He's a good guy.
He just did it for the Browns last season.
Yeah.
He didn't play the whole season for the Browns.
Like
he played a handful of games. Played like 7 games.
That was enough to give him the playoffs.
Yeah, he got him in the but he didn't do it in the playoffs. They were terrible in the playoffs. So Flacco's not the answer, but my man Sunshine was the answer last night. That game, playing his heart out on his birthday. Happy belated. Them Jaguars. And be honest with you though, the Colts they did come up with 447 yards, but the Jags had 497 yards. And they rushed for 126 yards, where the Colts only rushed for 99 yards. So pay attention. Listen, when I tell you I'm right, I'm right. Now don't watch the next segment. Everybody turn off the show, come back about 15 minutes, and we'll continue on. Especially you are. Don't watch the next segment. All right. Oh, sorry. Oh, put it back on.
You can leave it all.
Let me turn my tassel too, Herm.
Hey, the tassel turn is mine, okay?
All right, moving on to the next game. We had the Buffalo Bills taking on the Houston Texans.
Nah, that's not this one, Brian.
It is.
No, we split on Texans.
No, it's not this one, Brian.
It's
not this one.
Jets, Vikings.
It's not this one.
It was Jets, Vikings. Oh, you're right.
Jets, Vikings.
This game, Fairbairn, 59-yard field goal as time expires, took the 3-point lead over the Bills on this one. I'll let you go first, Brian. Who did you have in this one?
In this one, I had the Buffalo Bills.
You did, because I did too. Go ahead.
Yeah, you saved me on this one, Mark, because I just had faith, man. But the Texans were very efficient. They passed the ball 28 times. They completed 28 passes on 38 attempts. They had a total of 331 yards passing. They did win time of possession, 33 minutes and 10 seconds to 26 minutes and 50 seconds. The only thing that kept the Bills really in this game were the 2 turnovers that the Texans gave up. They had an interception and they had a fumble. So I picked Buffalo, but I was wrong and wrong. The Texans are a good team.
Yeah, I was with you on this, Brian. And I think we probably both should be running the dumb hats for this particular one. Man, Josh Allen, man. Nobody else scares you on his offense, man. Nobody.
No.
If you talk about getting Devontae Adams, I think I'd have been on the plane right now trying to recruit him after this game. It is so pathetic how Josh Allen is just their main guy on this offense. And then the play that really question the coaching decision was the down in that territory, 3 straight passes. All they had to do is kill the time and
run the
play in
ball.
overtime. They leave time on the clock and punt it off to Houston. Houston get the ball and kick the field goal. That I don't understand.
And you would think Buffalo would know better, considering they're the 13-second team.
I don't
The
understand.
13 seconds team.
I help me understand it. But yeah, I was so disappointed in Josh Allen and his Buffalo team with this loss, and it's tough. It's tough. Herman, who'd you have?
Well, yeah, I went with the Texans on this one. Texans at home, like you guys said, the Texans they're a good team. Plus, this is the Stephon Diggs revenge game, and I mean he didn't destroy the Bills, but he had 6 receptions for 82 yards. That's a pretty productive day. He didn't get any touchdowns, but this is that classic case that we see in the NFL. And the coaches, I was reading, the coaches always tell you too, once you get about 4 games worth of tape, then you kind of get your ideas of how you want to stop what teams are doing and things like that on offense and stuff like that. And just so happened this was game 5 for the Bills. So now they have 4 games of tape to see what Josh Allen was doing. He was 9 for 30. And that's a full game. He was 9 for 30.
That was the worst outing of his career.
I think he missed one play. I think he missed one play when he got hurt.
Yeah.
But like 9 for 30, if you heard that, 30. I mean, that's just crazy.
I think he had the worst quarterback performance of the week.
He had to have with this. His QBR was 55 and his passer rating was 56. But it's like y'all said, like Mark just said, who's scared of Buffalo's weapons? Like what weapons? I stack the
scared of Cook.
Stack the line. Who would ever think that you would say, how are you going to defend the Bills? And you just say, I'm going to stack the line and make Josh Allen throw the football. You didn't think you'd ever see that. But that's where you are right now because all of their wide receivers.
I don't even know one, to be honest with you.
My number 1 DBs and number 2 and number 3 DBs can take these guys. Like, in all honesty, like
what happened to Gabe Davis? He went somewhere.
He's in
Gabe.
He's with the Bengals, ain't he?
No, not the Bengals.
Nah, I don't think so.
He's with Jacksonville. He's with Jacksonville.
Oh, he's with Jacksonville. Okay.
But yeah, I picked the Texans and I got this one right. It's going to be hard to pick the Bills moving forward when they have these games against real teams. It is.
Marcus.
Yeah, I also picked the Texans. Y'all know I'm drinking. I'm going with my prediction for MVP this season, CJ Stroud. Just the Bills they haven't looked too good the last 2 games. I think it was 2 in a row they lost, and it's just this just a bad game. Texas defense came and shut down Josh Allen, and like you guys already said, they don't have anybody on the team that really scares you. They need to be on the phone to Vegas trying to get Devontae Adams because they got nobody. Josh Allen is basically a one-man team. That's all it is, one-man team. Like Brian said, I couldn't name you not one of their wide receivers. And they might benefit from being in a bad division this season, but they won't make a deep playoff run. They might not even get to go to Kansas City and get beat by Kansas City again. But I picked the Texans and I was right.
Real quick, you would think that after the year that Dallas went into the season and had no receivers, and we had to trade for Amari Cooper, you would think no team would ever make that stupid mistake again. But yet here we are with the Bills making that stupid mistake again. You cannot do wide receiver by committee. You have got to have that number 1 guy.
The Chiefs even do it.
Well, they're a little different. That's Pat Mahomes, but they know
Andy Reid.
You know what?
That's Andy Reid.
Yeah, and they do have Kelsey. Teams are scared of Kelsey. Now they're about to be scared of Rice and Worthy too, but they're scared of Kelsey right now. So it's the same effect. But when you line up what the Bills are lining up, ain't nobody scared of that. They're just not. I just want to throw that out there.
All right, moving on to the next game. We had this one played over in London. We had the New York Jets taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings were victorious with this one, 23-17. And actually, they put their record to 5-0. Minnesota 5-0. Yes, put that hat on now, sir. Put it on now.
Shut up.
Enjoy it. Wear it. Spin it.
Nobody likes y'all.
You look
Y'all
wonderful in that.
You look so marvelous.
Thank you. I make everything look good. Go ahead.
In this game, man, I did take the Vikings. And here's another thing. Sam Darnold got Robert Solified too. You know, they drafted him overall number 3. Was it 2018, 17, 18? And basically he comes back in there to whoop him. They was like, we gave all this up and we got Rodgers and we can't do this. Yeah, it got Robert solidified. I thought too that the Jets came out. The Vikings came out running the ball pretty good. If it wasn't for Aaron Jones having
you gotta put that up, Marcus.
injury, if it wasn't for Aaron Jones getting hurt early in the second half, man, they'd have probably they were up 17-0 in the first quarter. They probably would put a whooping on them because they were able to slow the ball down and run the ball on them. But Aaron Rodgers, of course, he threw the 2 picks, one of the pick 6 early. You know, it was pretty much done from there. They tried to make an effort at the end, but they came up too short. But I took the Vikings, and they were victorious. Marcus, who did you have?
I also took the Vikings. Yeah, like I said, I've been saying even before all this stuff, you know, broke out with Solid and all this. Excuse me. I've been saying a long time I don't believe in excuse me. Sorry,
Need some water?
I'm good. I don't believe in Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. I think Aaron Rodgers passed his prime.
Water.
Ooh, sorry. Aaron Rodgers passed his prime. And even though it's Sam Darnold outside that field, I actually believe Sam Darnold is a better quarterback. So I took the Vikings and I was right.
Herman, who you had?
Yeah, I had the Vikings in this one too. Along with you and Marcus, we were both, we were all three smart enough to know that the Jets weren't going to win this game compared to one of our co-hosts. But just like we talked about with Nathaniel Hackett and him being a bad offensive coordinator, it was, I think, they were down 17-7, I think, in the second quarter. And the Jets get the ball, and they're driving. They come out 3rd and 2, and they run the football. And they come back out 4th and 2, and they run the football again. Got stuffed on both plays. Like, dude, you have a future Hall of Fame quarterback. You're not gonna throw on at least one of those downs. Like, I don't understand that at all. And it just shows you that the turmoil that the Jets are in. And then on the flip side, I'm definitely drinking the purple Kool-Aid when it comes to the Vikings. They're 5-0. I don't think we can question it. They're undefeated in overseas also, I think.
Yeah, I read that too.
Yeah, they're undefeated overseas. So we can't you can't question this anymore. So I picked the Vikings and I got this one right. Bizarro year.
Brian. You big dummy.
Spin it, Brian. Spin it.
Y'all going? I spun it already. Y'all going on and on how bad they was and how good the thing was. It was 17-23. The Jets had a chance to win this game, and y'all going and on how good this quarterback is. They did have a defensive scoring there, so he didn't put up as many points as y'all trying to imply. Nonetheless, Rodgers is garbage. Okay, he literally threw the game away with his 3 INTs. He threw the ball 54 times. He only completed 29 of them, and it was only for 218 yards. He got sacked 3 times, but the Jets defense did sack Darnold 4 times. But you can put this whole loss all on Rodgers, and he making me wear this hat, and I'll never pick the Jets again. Y'all suck. I didn't even have to. This joke don't spin that good anymore.
You wearing it out. That's why.
It's the worst, my worst year.
Yeah, you three times? Three
Yeah,
times.
that's why Herman keeps saying it's Bizarro. That's why.
All right, next game we have is the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Cowboys won this one 20-17 after a long delay. We talking about 90 minutes delay before kickoff because of the severe weather. This game was over with at 1:00. Which was crazy. Dak Prescott threw a touchdown pass.
Who?
Scott.
Who's Dak Prescott?
Dak Pasajic, I don't know his name, man.
Yeah,
Threw a touchdown pass to Tolbert with 20 seconds left in the game and lifted the Cowboys past Steelers, man. Who cares? We don't need to spend that much time on this darn game anyway. I'm going to say this, though. Dallas defense more than held up without their stars, their cornerstone. So I'm going to give you credit on that one if I give you anything at all. But this the Steelers' deep offense was struggling. It was sluggish. It was ridiculous game for us. We should have won this game. Too. As much as Dak turned the ball over, we should have won this game, to be honest with you. But we lost it. I took the Steelers. So what? Let's move on. Marcus.
Yeah. I also took the Steelers. This was an ugly game. We know if you get three turnovers, you should be able to win. You should be able to win the game. I think the turnover battle. It just the problem is the Steelers' offense is anemic, and as much as their defense, goes in there and plays their heart out, and T.J. Watt does what he does. There's really no excuse for you to lose. And like you already stated, Mark, they out. Michael Parsons wasn't playing. The other dude, what's his name? DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know all the Cowboys' names. Don't front.
Right. Don't front.
You know what I hate y'all. He wasn't playing. You got 3 turnovers. Your offense is supposed to be able to win that game. And they just weren't able to do it. And, yes, I picked the Steelers, and I was wrong.
God bless you.
Brian.
Well, now I'm smart again because the Cowboys did win this game. Like me and Herman told y'all they was going to win this game. And you know what wins the game? Defense. The Cowboys defense held the Steelers to 226 total yards. And the Cowboys, like y'all said, gave the ball away 3 times. 2 picks, 1 fumble. But the offense put up 445 yards on 75 plays on this vaunted Steelers defense. The Cowboys was also getting flagged all over the field. 11 penalties for 87 yards. The Steelers were only flagged 8 times for 50 yards. And they were playing in Pittsburgh. So Dallas had to overcome a lot to win this game. So that just shows you what a true championship team does.
Calm down, sir.
Cowboys prevail.
Calm down.
Herman.
You about to play some music. Man, we have 59 minutes, sir. You don't have time for all this nonsense.
Look, let me tell y'all. Y'all could have got this right, too, if y'all wasn't just picking on hate, okay?
Yep.
Because that's all it was hate. You knew Dallas was going to go in there and had way better offense than the Steelers. This game shouldn't even have been this close. If we hadn't turned the ball over twice, it would have been a blowout.
3 times.
Well, 3 times, yeah. It would have been a blowout.
That last one almost really did cost y'all the game.
Yeah, that would have.
Yeah, the biggest shout out you got to give is to Jalen Tolbert, because y'all heard what injury he had, right?
Yeah.
What he had? What injury he had?
He had a man injury.
My man's he sprained the area that I didn't know was possible to be sprained. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
and came back in and won the game winning, caught the game winning touchdown. Again, just stop hating on us. This is the win that Dallas needed. They needed this on defense, especially, to show that they could go out here and play without their starters. You know what I mean? But I did pick the Cowboys, and I got it right.
And another thing about Pittsburgh.
Man, we need to get this show moving. Keep going.
Joy, you need to get your boy. Joy. What is it with Steelers and wide receivers, boy?
I
George
know.
Pickens.
It's,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an ugly look at the end of the game.
Y'all use the check on me. Listen.
Yeah,
That's why you got muted. Move on, Mark. We running over time.
It's
We
another
long-winded.
sideline antics that it's just crazy. Anyway, last game we have to do is the New Orleans Saints taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs was victorious with this one, 26-13. I'll let you start this one off, Marcus. Who did you have?
I picked it. Of course, I picked the Chiefs. The Chiefs, they offense is looking what it used to. What we used to, but the defense, I believe they had like the number one defense in the league, and they showed it. And they basically what I did. They were playing with the Saints. Actually, they were running trick plays, and Kelsey just throwing the ball back to whoever that was. I forget who that was. It was a
Margie P. Ryan.
Yeah, it was it was at home. I don't feel like the Chiefs are going to go undefeated this year. But you look at the schedule, like where do you lose at? They're definitely like going 17-0. But you look at this game, like where are they going to lose at? But they were looking good. What's the name threw a bad Pat Mahomes threw a bad interception. What's crazy is the dude that caught the interception from the Saints, that big dude, that lineman dude, that ran it back. It's funny how the world is a small world. That was Taylor Swift's backup dancer's brother.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Who in the hell researched that?
They did it on the show.
They said it in the
They
game.
mentioned it on the
I
game.
must have missed that. No,
They mentioned it in the game.
I missed that. That's
So that's excuse me. That's just crazy. But yeah, I picked the Chiefs and I was right.
Yeah, I was with the Chiefs too, Marcus, on this one. And you talk about the defense. Trent McDuffie shut down Chris Olave. You didn't hear nothing about him this particular game. They did an awesome job with that. Kansas City continue on not beating themselves. That's the only thing. They don't make many mistakes, and it's hard to beat them. The Saints defense got worn down in this game, but Kansas City just kept on sustaining drives, long drives. It just wore them out. But yeah, Derek Carr got hurt in the towards the end of the early in the fourth quarter, basically with that injury, and that pretty much was it from there. You turn the TV off from there, it was done. But yeah, I took Kansas City, and they were victorious. Herman, who'd you have?
Yeah, I had the Chiefs on this one. There's no way. The Chiefs at home, it's hard to pick against them. And the Saints were already on a 2-game losing streak. That offense has been gone since the Dallas game. Haven't really seen that since. So yeah, I picked the Chiefs, and I got this one right.
And Brian.
Yeah, Mark, you mentioned how the Saints defense was worn out, and they worn out because Kansas City put up 460 yards on 80 plays. The Saints only put up 220 yards on 51 plays. And of course, if you put up that many yards, you're dominating on time of possession. 39 minutes and 56 seconds to 20 minutes and 4 seconds for them. Like Herman and Marcus said, they were just playing with them for a while. It wasn't even a contest. That game was boring.
All right, so that wraps up our week's game. How'd you guys do, man?
5-1, baby.
Marcus, how'd you do?
My best week.
3-3.
2, 3, 2,
You should have
3.
been 4-2, Brian.
Yeah, 4-2.
2-4. This is my worst week.
Yeah, if you hadn't hated on the Cowboys, you would at least broke even.
Okay, first of all, I don't know if there was a hate. I mean, Parsons was out, Lawrence was out.
It was hate, Marcus. Just you don't ever pick the Cowboys.
That's not true. I picked the Cowboys against the Giants.
All right, let's pick the games for next
I
week,
am the
fellas.
sound effects person, sir.
We got the
You're
first
violation.
game. The first game, we have the 49ers, the 2-3 49ers, taking on the 3-2 Seattle Seahawks. The 49ers are favorite, 3.5 points on this one. Marcus, I'll let you start us out with who you got.
I ain't gonna lie. When we picked the games beginning of the season, I know I didn't pick who I'm about to pick now. But I don't know. It's just looking really shady for the 49ers. And I can't believe I'm doing it, but I think I'm about to go with the Seahawks.
McCaffrey's not there, but they still was running the ball well. Seattle is a hard team to figure out this year, man. I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one. I'm taking Seattle also. Herman?
Yeah, like you said, this is a hard one. But the fact that they disrespected Seattle as 3.5-point underdogs
At home with the 12th
at
man?
home with the
Yep.
12th man, that's
Yep.
ridiculous. The 49ers right now are not the 49ers that everybody thinks they are. They're running off of their name right now. They was the bully in the yard. Well, the bully then got hit in the mouth 3 times. Okay. And without McCaffrey, they're not that same team. And your boy, he's becoming that pumpkin that I told y'all eventually was gonna happen. He is definitely becoming that pumpkin.
He was a pumpkin last week.
Yeah, give me the Seahawks in this one.
Brian?
Well, the predictor disagrees with y'all. They got the Niners by 62%. And I just
That
knew
much?
that I was going to lone wolf this thing because I'm going with the Seahawks too. That's crazy. I can't believe none of us didn't pick the 49ers.
That's how much.
Especially you, Marcus. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
I lost faith, sir.
I don't know. They just don't seem like they're playing well right now. It's hard. It's hard to believe in them right now.
Yeah, very hard.
Sean
Until I see
said
different.
The running back is playing good, which he is, but he's not McCaffrey.
He's not as
just not
dynamic as
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey. Yeah.
And you know, and those 3 wins the Seahawks had, they look very, very good. So wow, the 49ers, they've only looked good. They only got 2 wins, they only look good in 1 win.
Yeah.
So
All right, we're moving on to the next one. We got the 1-4 Jacksonville Jaguars at the 3-2 Chicago Bears. Bears are 2.5 points favorite on this one. I'll start this out. Give me the Bears, Brian.
Yeah, Mark, the predictors with you got the Bears by 59%. I'm going with the Bears as well.
Herman.
The Bears. Like y'all thought I was crazy that one week when I lone wolfed the Bears, remember? I told y'all the Bears got a really good, their defense is good.
They do have a good defense.
I got their defense in fantasy. Their defense is good. They're putting up numbers. So, and Caleb actually looked like he calmed down and kind of, was feeling
Stop
his
twirling
game.
so much in the backfield.
But this is one of those London games too, though. So it can happen.
Marcus, who you got?
I feel like I said I was gonna pick. I think we picked the Bears once this year. I feel like I said I wasn't gonna pick them again. Maybe I was wrong, but I'm also going with the Bears. I don't have any faith in the Jaguars, and like Herman said, the defense is good, and Caleb is pretty decent. So I'm going to Bears.
Take the Bears. All right. Next game we have is the Tampa Bay Bucks, 3-2, taking on the New Orleans Saints, 2-3. The Tampa Bay Bucks are 3.5 points favorite on this one. Brian, who you got?
Well, the predictor has the Bucks at 60%, and with no Derek Carr, I can't disagree. I'm going with the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one. I can't go against Baker Field and with no rookie quarterback with the Saints. So give me the Bucks also. Marcus?
Yeah, I'm also going with the Bucks. I actually want to see this game. I want to see what Spencer Rattler does. I followed his career in college. A lot of people might not know that he was supposed to be the next Heisman Trophy winner at Oklahoma, and Caleb Williams stole his job. So I am very interested to look at this game, but I am definitely taking the Bucks. I think I'd be crazy to pick the Saints. They're going to lose, 4 in a row? I think 4 in a row? Yep.
Yeah. And who you got, Herman?
Buck. Give me the Bucks. I can't get behind the Saints, even though they're at home with starting the rookie quarterback. Offense just doesn't look good right now, and they're on a losing streak, and it's going to continue.
All right.
Hey, just real quick, Darian, who you think is going to pay Purdy? I know you don't think the Niners is going to pay Purdy.
Pay him no mind.
Purdy's getting paid. God, Purdy's gonna get
Wow.
Yeah,
paid.
he's getting paid, but I don't think he's getting paid by the Niners.
49er.
Okay.
All right, we move on to the next
Show bet on
game.
that one.
We got the Washington Commanders 4-1 taking on the 3-2 Ravens. The Ravens are 6.5 points favorite on this one. Woohoo! Herman, who you got?
Now that was a shocker for them to have a Ravens 6.5 point favorite. I thought they'd give them the 3.5. Ravens have figured out how to use Derrick Henry, and stopping Derrick Henry is no easy task. So, and of course, I'm gonna pick with hate also. Give me the Ravens, baby.
Brian?
Yeah, Herman, the predictor agrees with you. They got the Ravens by 65%. Home team, home cooking. I think that this little love affair with that quarterback over there in
His
Washington.
name is Jaden Daniels, sir. Jaden, you know his name.
Comes to an end.
You know his
Give
name.
me the Ravens.
Marcus? I'm very impressed with what the Commanders are doing this year.
I already know what you're gonna say. Don't try to sweeten it up, man.
Hold
Don't
on.
try no bull crap on me.
Mark don't
If
pick
you
the
all
Ravens.
make it basically to win the division, there's no question Jaden Daniels will be the MVP. I think this game starts you off with that. Give me the Commanders. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, he don't pick the Ravens. Like that wasn't a thank you. He don't pick the
Yeah,
Ravens.
he don't.
The Ravens last
No,
week,
you did.
man.
No, you did not.
Marcus?
Here's the thing about both these teams. I totally disagree with that point spread. I do think it's ridiculous. The Ravens and the Commanders both have two of the worst defenses in the league. I believe the Ravens have 31 or 32, and the Commanders have 30 or 31. Two worst defenses in the league. I believe this game is going to be a points fest. Neither one of them can stop anybody. I don't believe for a minute the Commanders are going to be able to stop Travis Henry at all. I hate to say it, but Mark.
He turned the tables on. He turned the tables on.
I know he lying.
I'm taking the Ravens.
Oh,
Wow.
Whoa.
That's it. That's impressive, though.
I think it's gonna be a great game. Jay Daniels is not gonna lose his glory in this game. He's gonna show
He's
out.
gonna come back down to earth a little bit.
I don't think so. Ravens defense is terrible. Defense is terrible.
They got four games worth of film now. Totally different game.
But I think it'll be a very close game. I think it's gonna be an offensive shootout. But I'm going to take the Ravens.
Battle of the Beltway.
We got the 1-4 Bengals taking on the 2-3 Giants. The Bengals are favorite 3.5 points on this one.
We could probably all just say who we know going to pick this game.
I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna take the Bengals in this one, you all.
Did he act like he had to think about that?
Because he hates picking AFC East teams.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to bounce
AFC
back
North, I'm sorry.
with their what's going. But I'm taking the Bengals. Brian.
Mark the predictors with you. They got the Bengals 61%. By the way, that Ravens score was the highest by them. The 6.5 is the highest of the week. But I'm going with you, Mark. I also agree that the Bengals will get their next win.
Marcus.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bengals. I got no faith in the Giants. And the Bengals definitely need this win. There's no way they're going to go down 1-5. But they have no defense either. They have no defense either. So, but I'm taking the Bengals.
Herman.
I'm rolling with the Bengals. We dog Daniel Jones all the time, but you know what? He plays hard, man. You watch him play. He plays hard. He's out there for the Giants. Whether it's good or bad, he's out there. He's trying hard. But I'm going with the Bengals. I need that double up again this week. I need Joe Burrow and Chase to put them numbers up.
All right, the last game we're gonna pick is the Buffalo Bills 3-2 taking on the 2-3 New York Football Jets. The Bengals are favorite 2.5 points in this one. Herman, who'd you got?
Much as we just talked about how bad the Bills were, and all they have is Josh Allen, I can't pick the Jets with this mess they got going on right now. So give me the Bills.
Marcus.
You know, my gut instinct tells me to take the Bills. Like Herm just said, much as we just finished dogging the Bills out, I have no faith in the Jets. And I just get a stat earlier, only one team that fired the coach mid-season has made the playoffs. But I believe, I don't know the fact, I don't know the stat, but I'm pretty sure a lot of teams, they usually win their very next game after they fired. I mean, the Colts won when they hired Jeff Saturday. But regardless, Aaron Rodgers is trash. I'm going with the Bills.
Brian.
The predictor is with the Bills, like you guys, 55%. I think this is Aaron Rodgers, hurrah. I think he comes in. I think he does it well. The Bills, they let me down 2 times. I had to wear that hat. So, and the Jets have made me wear the hat too. So either way, I'm gonna wear the hat. So give me the Jets.
As much as the Bills have disappointed me so far this season, I can't see them losing to the Jets, man. I gotta take the Bills. I can't see it. I can't see it.
And you know what other reason too I picked the Jets? Because they're gonna get this. They're gonna be their one chance to take the lead in the division.
Like I
So
said,
hit it again, Marcus.
they're probably going to win it. Sound effects went out.
Okay. Ow! I did it last week too. So
All right, so that ends our picks for next week. We're going to end the show with final thoughts. Anybody want to start off with anything? Final thoughts?
Sure, I'll start off. I want to wish my daughter a happy 30th birthday. Yesterday was her 30th birthday, so
Happy belated birthday.
happy birthday, niece.
We owe. We owe. We owe. We all owe.
And my other final thought, because I have to give a hater thought. What's his name again? What's his first name? Daniels. What's Daniels' first name?
You know what? Why are you going to hate on Jaden for?
Jaden Daniels is about to get his welcome to the NFL rookie moment this weekend. Let's go, Ravens.
You know, Herman. You know the last Washington phenomenon got injured by the Ravens.
You know what?
Oh, man.
Keep my people's name out your mouth.
I'm just saying, the last phenomenon in Washington got injured by the Ravens.
If your man gets hurt, just take him out the game. Don't let him go back in Washington.
Yeah.
All right.
Brian, do you have final thought?
I don't.
You don't.
Just enjoy football, everybody.
Listen, man. You know the damn show coming up. Get something down.
I know. Hey, man, you lucky I was prepared. Okay, it's been a rough week. You know what I do want to say? Printers are nice at work. It's nice to have a printer. How about that? Handwriting ROs is not fun. How's that?
I just hope that we find a problem with this wide receiver and quarterback from our Steelers, and we get them right.
Mark, your boy's gonna start this week.
Yeah,
Cool.
Russ is a full participant today in practice.
Russell starting this week. They've announced that.
Yep. Well, I ain't say he started, but
No,
he ain't gonna never tell who's starting, bro.
Yeah, they haven't announced who their starting quarterback is all year.
Yeah.
Marcus,
Russ, we trust.
take us out of here.
My final thoughts is forget these two haters on the board. Jaden Daniels is not getting brought down to earth. Jaden Daniels is the real deal. We will not have a repeat of RG3. Even though I didn't pick him to lose this game, he's going to look spectacular in it. And that's my final thought. Before we get out of here, I want to encourage everyone to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're watching on YouTube. You catch me on Facebook and our Facebook group, The Leg Game. We're on Twitter /X The Leg Game 3 and on Instagram at the official The Leg Game. We will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Peace. We out.